And welcome back. Now, power utility Eskom is concerned over the financial implication of yesterday's KwaZulu-Natal High Court decision, which ordered Eskom not to cut off electricity supply to the town of Newcastle following the municipality's failure to service its 200 million rand debt. Now, Eskom wanted the municipality to make monthly payments of at least 60 million rand, but the municipality says it can only manage 30 million rand per month. But what impact could this ruling have on the power utility's ability to collect debt from other municipalities in the country? This is the question we're concerned with this morning, and we're joined on the line now by Eskom's KwaZulu-Natal Customer Services Senior Manager, Ronald Chonco. Thanks so much for speaking to us this morning.
Good morning. Good morning to the listeners also.
Mr. Chonco, first and foremost, Eskom's reaction to yesterday's ruling, and of course, what are the implications of it?
Eskom respects the court ruling. However, this does not bound well for Eskom financial sustainability. Municipal debt remains a key issue in terms of Eskom liquidity and sustainability challenges. So we appeal, to all customers to embrace the user pay principle in order for Eskom to continue fulfilling its mandate of powering the nation.
Mr. Chonco, the question is, how did it get to this point? How did the Newcastle municipality manage to rack up such huge debt, 200 million rand? Why was this even allowed to get to that point?
We've been having payment arrangements with the municipality, which were partly honored, which ended up at this stage, where we had to exercise our right of interrupting the municipality. So the municipality then defended itself by going to court, and then we were protecting our right, defending the matter.
And this, of course, is not a situation peculiar to the Newcastle municipality. Surely, Eskom should be concerned that this could be precedent-setting, yesterday's ruling, in terms of your ability to collect from other entities that failed to service their debt with you.
In fact, this is an interim ruling. We still have a date set in court of 6 December, where the full matter will be heard, and I think then we can talk about precedents then.
But in the meantime, one would imagine that other municipalities would look to this and say, well, even if it is interim, that means we also have a slight reprieve in the meantime.
I suppose the reprieve is more on not disconnecting the municipality, interrupting them. However, we hope municipalities will find it in their hearts and be able to service the debt from the monies they collect from the supply of electricity to their customers.
Mr. Chonco, I'm curious, and I wanted to have a look, get a sense overall of the situation countrywide, but I suppose you can only speak for KwaZulu-Natal. But even in that context, how much is actually owed to Eskom from municipalities in KwaZulu-Natal?
I obviously wouldn't have the figure of hand now, which I can share publicly. But we do have a few municipalities that are, I would put it like struggling to honor their payments. I would say out of 54, we've got about 6.
So Newcastle being one of them, the other 5, who are they?
The other 5, although they have payment arrangements, is Amakulusi, Ulundi, Nkosi Langalbalele. What's the other one? Yeah.
Right, and as far as arrangements go, looking at the Newcastle local municipality, given that this is the case before us at the moment, what sort of arrangement do you have with them as we speak?
We had an arrangement that was broken, which resulted to where we are now. The arrangement is the only relief we've got now, while for the 2 months until the court date on the 6th. So I think that's the arrangement we have.
So going forward, given that the municipality is crying, austerity, saying that they actually cannot meet the obligations that you guys had initially agreed upon, what is Eskom's stance now? Of course, you now have this interim court order, but how are you going to deal with this particular municipality going forward?
I think the matter is in court. We just have to exhaust that opportunity, and then, we will hear what the court outcome will be on the 6th. I think that's when we will be knowing what next step we will take.
Mr. Chonco, many consumers are asking the question, why is it that Eskom is not supplying electricity directly to them? Why is it done via these municipalities who are not paying the debt to Eskom, but they are paying the municipalities for their electricity supply?
Municipalities have got a license to supply to their customers, those who have applied for licenses through the National Electricity Regulator of South Africa. So if the municipality has got a license to supply, then they would source, electricity from Eskom and redistribute it to their customers.
So a final question, where to from here? Because if you are unable to recoup your outstanding debt from municipalities in KZN, then how does that affect your operations as Eskom in the province? Where to now from you?
Just to say, we respect the court ruling, obviously there's a ruling that, restricts us from exercising some of the rights. So we will respect that, and then we'll wait for the court date. While we open for engagement with the municipality, if they coming forward and bettering the minimum 30 million that has been offered by the court.
Well, thank you so much. Eskom's KwaZulu-Natal Customer Services Senior Manager Ronald speaking to us there. And would love to hear your views on this particular matter, especially if you are from Newcastle. What do you make of what's going on here? But as I said, this is not peculiar to Newcastle. Many other municipalities across the country struggling with similar situations whereby there are power interruptions because the municipalities are not paying Eskom, but the consumers, the people living in those municipalities are actually buying or paying their electrical bills. So what are your views on that? Do get in touch with us at Morning Live SABC. Those are our handles on Twitter and Facebook. Let's take a break.